Thank you for tuning into another T13 Media production. And if you're wondering how else you can support all of us and show your T13 spirit, we have merch. So you can get your very own Primetime Travie t-shirt, Bad Guys Spoken hoodie, High Five Mike mug, Book It bandana, or even a That's a Banger pillowcase. And you can find it all at www.t13media.com/store. You are now listening to another T13 Media production. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning into the fastest rising combat sports show without a corporate backing. Today, we are going to discuss the lightweight pictures in both boxing and MMA, as well as the pound-for-pound rankings of today in both sports. We will also dive into two huge special events that happened in pro wrestling last weekend. I am your host, Primetime Travie T. He is the other half of the podcasting's greatest tag team, the bad guy, Kenny Davis, and this is the teeing off with Travie T and the bad guy. What's up, Kenny? How you doing?
Doing great. What's good?
Let's jump right into boxing here. So we currently only have 3 lightweight champions in the world right now in boxing. Teofimo Lopez is the super lightweight, or is the lightweight super champion for WBA. He's also the IBF and WBO champions. The WBA lightweight champion is Gervonta Davis. The WBC champion is Devin Haney.
Okay.
Would you want to see one of these men go and unify all the belts?
Yeah, and I feel like it'd be Gervonta, man.
Think so?
I'm on the hype train. I'm sorry, Gervonta's so man. That man is ridiculously strong. It's scary.
Maybe Lopez is gonna go take out another pound for pound great.
Think so?
He could. I'm on the Lopez train, man. He made me a believer.
Hey, you go right on the head. I'll definitely take that bet. He's a different breed right there, man.
But Lopez did say he's speaking on beating Vasily Lomachenko and people.
That's what he said, Vasily?
He has 2, like his first name is pronounced 2 different ways. There's Vasily and then there's Vasil.
Okay, I've been saying Vasil or something.
It depends on how they spell it. Like sometimes it's spelled Vasiliy and sometimes it's Vasyl. And I don't understand. But that's them Russians for you.
I had to download Brock Lesnar real quick.
You had to download what?
Brock Lesnar on this UFC. That's why it took me. So I was looking over to my right.
Oh. Well, that's one of our topics for MMA is that Brock Lesnar is added on to the UFC 4 roster. Can you over here spoiling the moment?
Sorry about that. I was like looking at it. I gotta download him before I forget.
We got. So he says, listen, I beat him. Not only at his own game, you know what I mean? But on top of that, being off for 10 months and fighting a guy that everybody said was the pound for pound. I think everybody's just upset. The ones that do want this rematch, I'm the king now. I've always been the king. I was just the underground king. Now I've been crowned.
Who said that?
Lopez about beating Lomachenko.
And
all the people saying he has to rematch him.
You don't have to rematch anybody. You know?
Right, exactly. That's the... Yeah. He's like, I beat you, bitch. Move on. Like,
exactly. We don't need a rematch every time a superstar loses.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta take that L, keep it pushing.
Exactly. Everybody want to be Ali.
Exactly, man. Everyone want to avenge that loss. Sometimes it just don't work out like that.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
The first time around.
But speaking of your boy Gervonta Davis, he's fighting this Saturday against Leo Santa Cruz.
I want you to watch that fight. I want you to see this fight.
Davis is 23-0 with 21 knockouts. Leo Santa Cruz is 37-1-1 with 19 knockouts and is on a 5-fight win streak.
That's what's up.
So I'm rooting for Gervonta Davis because I want Gervonta Davis to fight Lopez.
Lopez gonna have some. Oh, if they fight, that'll be bad. I'm trying to tell you.
So you say Gervonta Davis is better than Lomachenko?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He's not as, I would say, Lomachenko's way better at defense and what he can do with his movement, his footwork. But Gervonta, man, that's like, whew. That's big. You know how you hype up Francis Ngannou like you do? That's like baby Francis Ngannou for real. Like that man is scary when he fights. And when he talks at the fight, it's even scary because he can barely talk.
Yeah.
Like how Rocky sounds. Like he's like that. Like that's how he is. Any person comes out like that, that is terrifying. He just beats you down. Like that's scary.
You're ridiculous. But Floyd Mayweather says he has a Halloween treat for all the boxing fans in UK. What do you think it is?
Not rematch, but a comeback.
I think it's an exhibition fight.
I'll take it. I like seeing Floyd Mayweather, so
yeah. I don't know who he's gonna fight. Logan Paul.
I mean, if it happens, it happens. I get to see Floyd again, but I really hope
not. We got I don't know how to say these guys' names. It's Anyway, but I don't know how to say his first name.
Okay.
Naoya Inoue versus I think it's Jason Maloney. Yep. On Saturday as well. Inoue is 19-0 with 16 knockouts. Maloney's 21-1 with 18 knockouts. Who does Maloney think he is? The Undertaker?
I was gonna say I got Maloney winning that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go Inoue. Adrian Broner is training for a boxing return.
The thing about him is the problem with him was he believed in his own hype too early. Okay. And not only that, you believe in your own hype too early and you weren't at the main event level yet.
Okay.
So you were good. I'm not gonna sit there and play Adrian Broner like he was trash. Adrian Broner is not trash. And the thing is, like I said, we're in that generation now. If you take an L, you automatically you're not good anymore. That's just how it is. When Deontay Wilder took the L, oh, he sucked, he's trash. It's like it's not trash. It's because he took one L. And that's how it was Adrian Broner. As soon as he took his first L, they were just like, oh my gosh, he sucks now. He's awful. You gotta remember who he fought, bro. That was Maidana. Maidana is probably okay. Have you ever seen Maidana fight?
No.
Maidana is scary. He's in there as soon as you like. He's knocking niggas out, and he gave Floyd Mayweather a very, very tough fight the first go around. He gave him a tough fight, and it was to the point where it was like, Floyd, get it together. That man might win. No, for real, it was like, get that together. Maidana is scary, and the way he beat up Adrian Broner at the peak of his career was also scary. And Broner is the problem. With Broner was he felt like he was on the Mayweather level, but like I said, he wasn't. And Mayweather, thing about Mayweather isn't flat-footed, and he actually moves around. Yes, you can do that Philly shell defense, or Mayweather likes to call it the Mayweather defense, but it was the Philly shell first. Let's be real, because it's been out before him.
Yeah,
but he just perfected it, and nothing wrong with that. You perfected it, but it's not like you created it or anything like that.
Right.
And the thing is, when he's doing this, he's blocking right side of his face, left side of his face, then the left side of his body, and the right side of his body. Now, Adrian Broner was doing that too, but the thing was, Mayweather's still moving. Like he's doing his little snake thing in the corner, and he's like jumping back and doing stuff like that. Where Broner is just standing perfectly still, trying to do this, and he's flat-footed. So when this is going on, Maidana's taking advantage of it. Just lighten them up. Pacquiao took advantage of it. Lighten them up. And that's the thing, you have to evolve. Like once you take your L or once you see something going on that's wrong, you have to adjust. And that's where the Floyd Mayweather and Broner is different. That's why Broner will never be at that level because he doesn't adjust his game plan when he's getting beat down. If you see you keep getting hit in the body, you got to adjust to that. He doesn't. That's where it's like I want to see Adrian Broner come back and thrive, but if he still got that same mindset where I can beat that boy, and you just even though you only landed 6 punches in one of the rounds, you're never gonna be seen as nothing more than a laughing stock.
Yeah. Also, Broner's not won since 2017.
That's what I'm saying. He's taking L's.
Yeah, almost February of 2017, so almost 4 years.
Does he have an opponent in mind, or is he just come back and have just a bullshit fight?
I think he's probably just gonna have a bullshit fight.
Okay. That's what I think is gonna happen. I think he's gonna have a bullshit fight, and they're gonna talk about him, and then he's gonna fight somebody real, like a Kell Brook or something like that.
Speaking of Kell Brook says he will dethrone Terrence Crawford.
I want to see that fight, man. That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one.
He said he's going for it. He don't believe the hype.
I believe both are hype. They're both good. I think Terrence Crawford might be the winner of that, but I don't know, man. That's gonna be a good one. That's one. Whenever they have that fight, I want to be there and watch that. So whatever UFC event, unless that UFC event is crazy, that night, I'm gonna be watching that one.
I'm telling you, I'm about to get a double or a triple TV set up in the studio.
That's what I need too. I need something like that so I can be able to if it's a bullshit fight, I can be able to okay, go to this one. Go back and forth. Yeah. Or at least split screen it like the old TV I used to have did.
Yeah, you remember picture in picture? You have
that used to be lit. I used to play the game and I'll be watching whatever event was going on, like wrestling or something like that. And I'll be just playing the game, watching that. It was lit. I don't think the TVs now do that.
I don't think so either.
That does it.
Tyson Fury is set for a December 5th fight, but the opponent is to be announced later. You know how disrespectful that is to his opponent.
It is, because we can't build hype on it because we're about to be done. We're pretty much done with October.
Yeah.
So we have a month to get the fight.
And also though, just you're basically selling, I don't need you to sell this fight. I'll sell this fight on my own.
I mean, it's a flex, but hey, to be real, we can't argue with it. Right now, he's the pound for pound best heavyweight of all time.
Agreed. Speaking of pound for pound, let me pull these rankings up.
Okay.
The pound for pound, no weight class, just 100% pound for pound rankings in boxing right now. One second.
Good. Charger.
You said what?
Grabbing the charger from my phone.
Oh, okay. I was like,
yeah, I don't want it to go too low. This way I can be able to record later when we do our other shows. I know we got plenty of shows. We got Food Truck Friday.
We do.
We try it so you don't have to.
So we got
them all.
We got The Ring has it listed. This is from 10 to 1, okay?
Okay.
Better Beef, JF Estrada, Triple G, Lomachenko, Lopez, Errol Spence, Usyk, Terrence Crawford, Inoue, and then Canelo. Transnational boxing rankings has Lomachenko at 10, Errol Spence at 9, JF Estrada at 8, Lopez at 7, Triple G at 6, Tyson Fury at 5, Usyk at 4, Terrence Crawford at 3, Inoue at 2, Canelo at 1.
Yeah, anyway, at 2. Okay.
That's both of these have had Inoue at 2 so far.
Mm.
Boxing Writers Association of America has JF Estrada at 10, Manny Pacquiao at 9, Tyson Fury at 8, Triple G at 7, Usyk at 6, Errol Spence at 5, Inoue at 4, Terrence Crawford at 3, Lomachenko at 2, and Canelo at 1. So Lopez isn't even on here. Teofimo Lopez isn't on here, but Lomachenko's ranked number 2 after he lost to him. Doesn't make sense. And then BoxRec is Kovalev, Povetkin, Pacquiao, Joshua, Crawford, Wilder, Triple G, Spence, Fury, and Canelo. So Canelo is the only person that's in the same spot across the whole board, and he's ranked number 1 amongst everybody.
Tell people stop sleeping on Canelo.
Damn, they're really out here just wilding. But you sent me some.
I said that a few weeks ago. I said he's the best pound-for-pound fighter in my eyes.
I think I said this. I think I said Fury. I think
he's the best, and then the only person I got beating him is Floyd.
You think so? Canelo? You think Canelo's the second best of all time?
Well, I'm saying right now. I'm not saying.
Okay. I was about to say. Oof.
No. I already got my top 5 list. Go back and look at the last episode if you watching it now. I think it was like 2 episodes ago I did that.
Yeah. So we got Mike Tyson wants 3 big money fights in 2021. What do you think about this?
I'm down.
You are? You got anybody in mind?
I don't want him to fight somebody crazy because it's not gonna feel that it's not fair on his end if he fights
Deontay Wilder,
Fury or Deontay Wilder, because it's like, oh well, he was old. You know what I'm saying? This is that.
That'd be crazy.
But prime on prime, I would love to see it, but they're not in their prime. He's not his prime, so it's like, it doesn't feel the same.
So you don't have any big names. I want him to fight Oscar De La Hoya. It was a joke.
I was about to say, I was like, that's two entirely different weight classes, but all right.
Yeah, I don't have anybody right off the top of my head I would want to see him fight.
I don't want him to fight a big name. I don't, unless it's an older big name.
Well, that's why I'm thinking I think it's an older big name.
If we're gonna order big name, I would like to see him like, besides Roy Jones, I want to see him like against like a Bernard Hopkins.
Okay.
I know Evander Holyfield beat his ass twice, but I feel like they fought again. Tyson might win it this time, but that'd be one to go up against. I think who else is like still in shape, low key. Because I don't want somebody that's fat like James Toney now, but I'm trying to get somebody that's like
Lennox Lewis.
Lennox Lewis gonna beat his ass again. Oh my! Like when you said that, I just thought about that beat down he got. That was bad. Yeah, I can't think of anybody because, like you said, everybody's old. They just kind of like they let their bodies go. They're not still in the gym working out. Like Mike Tyson's still in the gym, like doing this. Where you got other people that's like, I'm done. Like I'm retired. I'm chilling now. They got the dad bods now. They all shaped like DC now. And I just think
let's do an MMA fight with Mike Tyson versus Brock Lesnar.
Prime on prime?
Yeah. No, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying right now. Let's just do it right now.
On air?
No, in 2021. I'm saying let's have them. That be a fight.
Okay.
Brock versus Tyson.
Is Tyson on UFC 4?
No, I'm saying that should be one of his big money fights.
Oh, I think somebody in the game.
No, he should fight Brock Lesnar.
Hell no. I thought you meant on a game or like a simulation, something like that. No, hell no. Brock Lesnar's still in great shape, like ridiculously great shape.
So is Mike Tyson.
He is, but not like Lesnar, bro. Lesnar's gonna be slamming that nigga around. Hell no. I thought you was talking about a game or something. I was like, bro, okay. I was like, that sounds like fun. No, you're talking about in real life where this man gonna get this old ass man will get lit up. I've seen what he's done to Rey Mysterio, nigga. I'm good.
He's so disappointed in me right now. He's like, God damn.
I am. I ain't trying to see Tyson go to Suplex City.
What about this one though? In prime on prime, who you got? Mike Tyson versus George Foreman.
People gonna be pissed at me for what I'm about to say. It's George Foreman, and it's like people really be like, you got to go back and watch George Foreman. Like for people that are like, oh really, you said George Foreman? Yes, George Foreman was cold, bro.
He's gonna light his ass up with a panini press.
Panini press. No, but George Foreman was cold, bro. And the thing is, like I said, whenever Mike Tyson went up against somebody with a name, he lost. The only people he's beaten, Michael Spinks, and what's his name? I can't think of his name. I'm talking about right now. The guy that really whooped on Muhammad Ali is like second to last fight. They really beat his ass for like 15 rounds straight. I just can't think of his name right now. Top of my head right now, but y'all know.
I'll look it up.
I don't know what I'm talking about. That was a sad ass fight to watch. The Muhammad Ali last fight. I watched it with my dad, and I was like, "This is sad."
You watched it. It was sad for you, and you watched it like way after it happened.
Mm-hmm. He was just against the ropes, like
Trevor Berbick.
No, not Trevor Berbick.
Larry Holmes.
Yep, Larry Holmes. I cannot think his name just now. Yeah, Larry Holmes is possible. Larry Holmes probably has one of the best resumes in boxing history. I like Larry Holmes. He ain't no GOAT to me, but I mean, resume wise, he has a GOAT resume. Why? Like GOAT resume.
Yeah. The picture they got of him on
Wikipedia.
Yeah, it looks like a fat Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, he was later on he got big. But he was a great shape.
This man's fought everybody.
I told you he has one of the best resumes ever.
Yo, you know what his last fight was?
Was it like 2000?
A win against Butterbean.
How long ago was that?
2002.
See, I knew it was in the 2000s. I was like, bro, I feel like it was in the 2000s.
Which makes it crazy because this picture that they have of him is from 1996.
Yeah. He out here, man.
That's just crazy.
Like, so you going through his resume right now?
I can read some of the big names off. Let's start towards the beginning of his career. He's got a long ass record though.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Norton, Mike Weaver, Muhammad Ali, Trevor Berbick, Leon Spinks, Gary Cooney, Randall Cobb, Tim Witherspoon, Marvis Frazier, James Smith, David Bay, Carl Williams. He then lost to Michael Spinks twice, lost to Mike Tyson.
Is it David Hay?
B-E-Y.
Okay.
Ray Mercer, Evander Holyfield, Jesse Ferguson, Oliver McCall, Ed Donaldson, Brian Nielsen, Maurice Harris, James Smith, Mike Weaver, and Butterbean.
Oh, great resume.
Yeah. You fight Butterbean and fucking Mike Tyson. That's just wild.
And Muhammad Ali.
And Muhammad Ali. You're right.
And Norton. These are some names. Evander Holyfield. Those are some names.
I said, did Butterbean ever fight anybody that actually mattered?
Yeah, Larry Holmes.
Yeah, but besides him. Louis Monaco. whoever that is, but he has a Wikipedia page, so I assume he's important. Patrick Graham. I feel like I've heard Patrick Graham in a song. Like I've heard that name. Peter McNeely. Damn, that's Craig Wolfley. I mean, he's got a lot of fights. He's just not fighting nobody. I don't even see Larry Holmes.
I remember he's fighting in Japan for a little bit.
Is this his amateur record? Is this professional? Oh, there it is, Larry Holmes. Okay, yeah. I mean, he didn't really fight nobody. Yeah.
He was old.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Foreman would win too. But listeners, if you're angry and you need some way to angry at us for picking Foreman over Tyson, and you need a way to relieve some stress in your life, so I got the website for you. See, your body and the bodies you're loving deserve nothing but the best. Organic Lovin' is the only adult subscription box that includes eco-friendly body products, from body-safe adult toys to sex-positive books and erotic seminars. Organic Lovin's online store has everything you and your partner or partners could need to heat things up. And right now, your friends at T13 want to take 10% off your next order. So just go to organiclovin.com and use the promo code T13 when you check out. That's organic, LOVEN.com, and use promo code the letter T, the number 1, and the word 3 spelled out when you check out. Organic Lovin'. Love organically, purely, deeply, and boldly. All right, Kenny, time to get into MMA. UFC 254. We're going to start right there. Oof, had a couple big things happen there, but we'll start with Whittaker versus Cannonier. Whittaker just dominated him the whole fight. Just outclassed him, made him look like not on the same level. Do you think that Whittaker should get a rematch with Izzy now that he's beaten Darren Till and Cannonier?
Yeah.
Okay. Should Izzy fight him?
You said what?
Should Izzy fight him?
I mean, you gotta have some kind of challenger, right? So I feel like he can do it.
Because Izzy's saying Izzy. You said what?
Especially on this run he has right now.
Yeah. Izzy and his coach Eugene Behrman are both saying, why fight Whittaker when we already beat him decisively, knocked him out basically twice, because it knocked him out as the buzzer rang in round 1, and then came back out and knocked him out again in the second round. Why should we have to fight him again? They're talking about moving up and fighting Jan Blachowicz for the belt.
Is that the one where he did the machine gun thing at the end?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, he did lay him out. That's the one I'm thinking of. I'm
pretty sure. But I have a problem with him going up and fighting Jan. He made it such a big deal that he wants it to be a slow build up to 205. He's got to clear his division out. He's got to beat everybody there is to beat, and then he'll go to 205. That's why he can't fight John Jones yet. But now you're saying you'll go fight Jan at 205 and take the title?
Jan might put him to sleep for real.
It's possible, but I don't think it'll happen. I think Jan's way too slow for Izzy.
For Israel Adesanya?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of Whittaker. My fault.
No. Izzy's saying he's going to go up and fight Jan for the title at 205.
Oh.
And I'm saying that's weird, because you just said you wouldn't go. You needed to clear out your whole division and beat all the contenders and everything before you go up and fight John Jones. But now all of a sudden it's cool to go fight Jan. Like I'm not. I love you, Izzy, but you're looking kind of scared right now.
Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna see. I mean, Israel Adesanya is like one of those freakish athletes, so I feel like it'll work if he jumps up.
Oh, I think he'll be fine, but I don't think that. I don't like him running from John.
You think he's running?
Yes. I mean, there's no other way to explain it. His last fight ended and John called him out and he said, no, I'm not going to go to 205 until I beat everybody in my division. You got to wait. Now, less than a month later, he's saying that he's going to go to 205 and fight Jan Blachowicz.
Yeah, you said a put like that, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It
Like,
was just a month later.
like he's just like, I don't know, man. He just got, that's wild. Yeah, I don't know. But Paulo Costa has called out Robert Whittaker for a fight. And I'd like to see that. I don't want to see Whittaker versus Adesanya just yet. If I'd like to see Whittaker and Costa fight, I'd like to see Adesanya fight probably the winner of Darren Till versus Jack Hermanson, even though Darren Till did lose to Robert Whittaker. I still think that Darren Till versus Israel Adesanya is a better fight and a better matchup. And it's definitely fresher. But I'd like to see Costa versus Whittaker. Or Costa versus Romero, too, because when they fought before, that was fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I remember I was watching with Damone and we were just screaming, "Fight forever."
The house chanting.
Yeah. So Khabib versus Gaethje. Khabib dominated that fight. I don't care what nobody says. Those two judges that scored it for Gaethje are fried. I don't know, man. Like they just lost their damn mind. But Khabib wins with a submission in round 2. He went from the mount to an armbar to a triangle to get the submission victory. He's the first and only fighter in the UFC history to have 3 submission wins in a row. And then he immediately, after the fight was over, well, first off, let's talk about the controversy that nobody's talking about. Justin Gaethje tapped out 3 or 4 times, and the ref didn't stop it till he went to sleep. So
yeah, that's a mess.
That's crazy. Then as soon as the fight was over, Khabib ran into the center of the cage, bowed, like basically collapsed on the ground and started bawling his eyes out.
Like Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. Very reminiscent of Jordan on Father's Day. Which was an emotional moment, obviously. He, as they were announcing him as the winner, his team and coaches started cutting his wrist tape off and taking the gloves off for him. During the interview, Khabib said that this was his last fight. When the UFC called him for the Justin Gaethje fight, he talked to his mother for 3 days straight, and his mom didn't want him to take the fight. His mom didn't want him to fight without his father. So Khabib promised that this was the final fight, and he said I gave my mother my word, and if without my word I'm nothing. So it was a promise. This is my last fight. You'll never see me fight again.
Yeah, and plus he has nothing left to prove.
No, he really doesn't. He really does not. The only thing I could see him coming, but like I would want him to fight again for is the GSP fight.
He don't have to do that because GSP is out of his prime, so it's like there's no point. That's just a dream match at this point. But it's like at the end of the day, he doesn't have to fight him.
No, I agree. He doesn't have to. I'm just saying that's the only thing I would want to see.
Yeah, because honestly, he's arguably the GOAT in his division. Because we've seen GSP lose twice.
Yeah,
where we've never seen Khabib lose.
We've never seen Khabib be like.
We haven't even seen him just get like it's like debatable. He could have won. Like no, he's dominated everybody he went up against.
That's the other thing. Also, a couple fun facts about the submission victory he had. He won his very first fight with that same sequence: takedown, get the mount, go for the armbar, instantly transition into the triangle choke, which is poetic. That is also his dad's favorite submission technique, the mount armbar triangle. So it's like a homage to him, but also he didn't do it for either of those reasons. Those are just coincidental. The reason he did it was he said he was watching all the interviews. He told DC this, like behind the scenes, didn't do it as a like whatever. DC is the one that broke this news. But he was watching all the interviews all week, and Justin Gaethje had said, "I'm not going to tap. I won't tap. I'll never tap."
Yeah, I've never done.
And Khabib knew that Justin Gaethje's parents were there in the stadium watching this fight. And Khabib thought to himself during the fight, I don't want to hurt him in front of his parents because if he doesn't tap out to the armbar, I have to break his arm. So instead, he decided to choke him unconscious because there's no, you get choked out, you wake up, you're fine.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, Khabib really is not just the GOAT, but he's a nice fucking dude.
You think he's the GOAT?
I think he's up there. We'll get
I'll give you that.
We'll get that in a minute.
The overall GOAT.
I don't know who the GOAT is. I have to do a lot more looking into it, but we'll get there. We're gonna argue about this in a minute. Let's get through the moment we're in right now.
I mean, I'm not trying to show this moment or anything, but if we're being real here, I don't think
we'll get to it in a minute. That's one of the fucking topics. We'll get there.
All right,
yeah, so he retires. He says it's over, all that, so on and so forth. Cool. Now they obviously that vacates the title, but his manager Ali Abdelaziz tweets out, "No vacant title here," which I don't know what that means, but
yeah, I was like, "What? You're gonna have to vacate it? He's not fighting anymore. He has to vacate it."
I'm like, I don't know what that means, but that's what he said. But looking at the UFC pound for pound rankings, which I'm about to pull up. This is where we can argue about some shit. All right, pound for pound from 15 to 1, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Francis Ngannou.
Okay.
Davison Figueiredo. Tony Ferguson. Robert Whittaker. Conor McGregor. Justin Gaethje. Peter Yan. Max Holloway. Dustin Poirier. Alexander Volkanovski. Kamaru Usman. Stipe Miocic. Israel Adesanya. John Jones. Khabib Nurmagomedov.
All right. So how recent was this made?
Today.
I think Khabib should be taken off. He's not an active fighter anymore. And then I don't understand why Conor's in there, top 15. I mean, I love Conor McGregor, but I don't. These are the.
You want to take this man off 2 days after he retires?
He's not a fighter anymore. He retired.
Yeah, he's still listed as their champion.
He's vacating it. He's done. He retired.
That's fine. He can still let him have this one moment. Goddamn.
He's not. Where was number 2? Who's number 1 right now?
It was John Jones.
Yeah. He's still active.
Is he though?
Mm-hmm.
Is he?
He's active.
He vacated his title too.
He did, but he didn't retire. He's going somewhere to a different division.
Anyway, I'm okay with the Khabib being at number 1 pound for pound because let's be honest, in a few weeks he's not going to be on there at all, and it just is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these rankings don't matter. Like they really don't. Like it is what it is.
It's too real to me, damn it.
But when it comes to the Khabib versus John Jones argument of who's the GOAT, I think they both have claims, and I think they both have deterrence from it. John Jones obviously has the 15 world titles. That's amazing. He's also really never been beaten in real life. Obviously, he has the 1 loss, but let's be real, it's not real.
It's a bullshit loss.
Yeah, it's not an actual loss. But it is a mistake on John Jones's part. He did perform an illegal elbow.
Yeah, but they said that elbow was bullshit.
It doesn't
Well, it
matter.
should be.
It's
But
still
no,
legal.
I feel you though.
You see what I'm saying? The rules are the rules.
If we're being technical, yeah. But
Which going to Khabib is some of his best things. 29-0, never been beaten, never lost. I mean, he lost 1 round in his entire career, 2 rounds now because he lost the round to Gaethje, which is bullshit. He should not have. They were trying to screw him.
you know, I'm all about resumes. What do you think? Who has a better resume?
Hold on. I think Jones, but I don't think that's as pertinent as you think it is, because I agree. I'm thinking it's Jones, but I got to look at his list. But that's also, you got to think too, is with the same thing with the world titles. It's not Khabib's fault that they made him wait to get a championship. You see what I'm saying?
No, that's cool.
Do you think DC said it best? Do you believe that Khabib would have lost to Benson Henderson or Frankie Edgar?
No.
Exactly. So if he would have fought them then, or BJ Penn even.
Yeah, he would beat them, but I just feel like
those were the champions. Showtime Pettis.
He would definitely be Showtime Pettis. I love Showtime Pettis.
Eddie Alvarez, Rafael Dos Anjos. I think he actually beat Dos Anjos already. Conor McGregor, he beat him. Like, he's beaten everybody that was like, you know what I mean? Like, if they would have just given him the title fight earlier, he would have been up there. But so I don't like that argument from John Jones. But
no, I'm just saying you got to take that
resume.
Too,
John Jones fought some cans for a minute.
Some cans?
Yeah, some tomato cans. He was a can crusher.
Oh, like his first 2 or 3 fights?
No, his first 7. And that's if you count Stephan Bonner and Jake O'Brien as stars.
I consider Stephan Bonner one.
I don't.
That was his breakout fight. Like, that was the one that got him noticed. Was the way he did Stephan Bonner.
Yeah, but I'm not with it. Then he lost to Matt Hamill.
That was bullshit. Go back as he was deaf. That's all that was. I mean,
you're trying to get this episode or this today. So we got Brandon Vera, Vladimir Matyushenko, Ryan Bader, Shogun Hua, Quentin Jackson, Lyoto Machida, Rashad Evans, Vitor Belfort. This is during his run.
Yeah, those were all names. Those are all names.
This was when he first took the belt. Like, he was killing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You talk about somebody wiping away he wiped away that division. Like,
yeah, he really did. Vitor Belfort, Chael Sonnen, Alexander Gustafsson, Glover Teixeira, Daniel Cormier, OSP. He had the no contest against Daniel Cormier because he cheated. Alexander Gustafsson, Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos, Dominic Reyes. He has a good record. He has a good resume.
I think he has a great resume. I think
it really is.
That's the best resume. In my opinion, that's the best resume in UFC right now. That's the best one.
It probably is. Let me look at Khabib, which I don't think is. I'm not saying that I think Khabib's resume will add up to this.
But I mean, we're not gonna play it either. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm with you. I just want to see what was all in his resume.
Yeah. The issue is he didn't get signed till way later in his career because the international fighters usually don't get signed until way later in their careers, especially back in the day.
Yeah.
So he was already 17-0 before he got to the UFC. But Kamal Shaloris, I don't know how to say that guy's name. Gleason Tebow, Thiago Tavares, Abel Trujillo, Pat Healy, Rafael Dos Anjos, Daryl Horcher, Michael Johnson, Edson Barboza, Ali Quinta, Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje. Those are all names too.
Yeah, no, they are.
It's just not the lightweight division at that time wasn't the glamour division that
it was trash,
light heavyweight was. You know what I mean?
No, it's like, I'm saying, because you got to remember that John Jones pretty much fought through
almost 3 eras.
Yeah, I was about to say 3 different generations, like 3 different generations of light heavyweights.
Yeah.
And he cleared out 2 of them. The third one, he's kind of struggling now, but you got to remember he's older now.
Yeah.
And we've seen so much of him, so it's like you kind of pick up on his weaknesses and shit now.
My number one complaint against John Jones as being the GOAT is all the failed drug tests.
I feel you on that. I can't argue against that.
You see what I'm saying? That's my only thing, is it almost to me disqualifies him.
I think honestly, another thing too. Not only that, it's the fact that I feel like a lot of people in that era, like that Chuck Liddell era,
Yeah.
if they had the USADA drug thing,
Yeah.
a lot of them would have tested positive for them
Oh, I
drugs.
agree. I agree. But the issue is
He kept going.
he did.
He kept going, and
Yeah.
we caught him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He got
He
caught.
got caught. So it's like, But
And
also
both
the
times,
other thing is, aside from because I'm still not giving that first round to Justin Gaethje. Fuck them. I don't care if that was the official ruling. That's fine, but they're fried. Aside from the third round against Conor McGregor, which was a close round as it was, Khabib's never ever lost anything. Like he's and it's never even been like a competitive fight. It was like just domination. John Jones has arguably lost at least 2 fights, if not 4.
What four are you saying? I'll give you the last 2.
The last 2. The first DC fight was super close, and the first Gus fight was super close.
I personally don't think the Gustafsson fight was that close. I'll give you the first DC fight. Yeah. Yes, that was very close. That's like if you said DC won, I'm not gonna argue with you.
Yeah.
Same with his last 2 fights, where it's like it was so neck and neck. It's like
yeah. But either way, even with 3, that's still 3 more than Khabib.
No, I feel you. I was about to say I feel you. But I just personally feel like not to discredit Khabib, but I feel like those are killers though at the end of the day. Like those are like really great fight. No, I'm not saying Khabib has it.
I would say, what about Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, and Justin Gaethje? His last 3 that he's submitted, all 3 of them made him quit.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was about to get to that. I was about to say where we say pretty much that his wrestling and ground game is dominant. His stand-up game isn't there, and we've seen him lose quite a few stand-ups though.
Who?
Conor, to be exact.
Okay, first of all, Conor is probably the best pure striker to ever fight in the UFC. I'm just putting that out there. Just in pure striking, if it was just kickboxing, it's either him or Israel Adesanya. The best pure strikers. So that's not fair. But also, Khabib beat Gaethje that whole first round in striking.
I didn't see that fight, so I can't say nothing about that. But I'm just saying, like,
when he fought Dustin Poirier, he boxed with Poirier. When he fought Dustin Poirier, he stood up and boxed with him.
Yeah, he did.
For like 2 or 3 rounds.
I'm still saying, but like, I'm saying basically where the weakness comes in. That's his biggest weakness is his stand-up.
And it's not okay, you're fried. It's not a weakness. He also beat Edson Barboza with stand-up.
I'm saying that when it comes to stand-up, that's his weakness. I'm not gonna sit there and say he's cold at stand-up. I'm not gonna do that either. I'm not gonna lie and say he's cold at stand-up, but he can hold his own. I can sit there and play him like he's trash at it, but if we had to say his weakness is what? His stand-up. If he had to give him a weakness.
John Jones' weakness.
John Jones' weakness. You said what?
Himself.
No, I'm not trying to say that. No, I know he ain't shit outside the ring. I'm saying like, no, I definitely agree with you there. I would say his biggest weakness, he's too patient.
Okay.
To the point where he loses.
What's his biggest skill weakness though? Is the issue? Because you're acting like Khabib is like mediocre striker and he's not.
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying that's it. I would say if you had to give him a weakness, like I'm saying, like
he's still above average, though. Is what I'm saying. He's still one of the better strikers in his division.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm saying that's his biggest weakness. Though, everything. Like,
okay,
I would say John Jones' biggest weakness.
I wouldn't say he's too patient. I'd say he's dumb.
You said what?
I'd just say he's dumb.
Who, Jones?
Yeah, I think he's arrogant.
No, he's very arrogant. I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Because he wouldn't have lost the Thiago Santos fight, which I believe he did, if he would have taken Thiago Santos down and wrestled him. He wouldn't have had the issues with Dominic Reyes as he did if he took him down and wrestled him.
So which one was Silva the one with the legs when he was tearing his legs up? But when Silva
Yeah.
Silva his
Yeah.
legs,
When Thiago Silva, that's the other thing. Thiago Silva arguably won that fight when he tore his ACL in the fucking first round, halfway through the first round, and went to a fucking. You said what?
No, I was saying he was still having a neck and neck fight.
And went all 5 rounds with this man. Like,
yeah, he's a good breed, and that's the thing too, though. But John Jones wasn't trying to. That's the thing. He's playing. He's like Mayweather now. Instead of going for the knockout, whatever, he's just like, I'm just gonna try to win these rounds. But it's like sometimes, like, okay, you see a weakness, you see like, okay, I hit him, his leg went out. Keep attacking the leg or slam him around because you know you can't do anything against you, or put him in a leg lock, something like that. He should have did that. But he was still trying to win rounds. And all that did at the end of the day was have you walking out just like he was. That's why I feel like, and I feel like, yeah, that was dumb. I just feel like his coaching should have been like, hey, bro, you see the weakness, you see what's going on, take advantage. So yeah, I do agree with you there. There's certain times where he doesn't go for the special knockout where he tries to get the decision and win.
Yeah,
drags out the fight, which you don't have to do, or you could just lay him out.
But we're not going to agree on Khabib versus Jones anyway. Like, this was just a fun talking point. I wasn't trying to get a consensus because I know you think Jones is the GOAT. I think Jones is up there. I don't have a specific GOAT right now. It was GSP, but I think it's Khabib now. But let's move on to the lightweight title picture. So obviously the lightweight title is going to be up for grabs here soon. This is what it is. So we've got McGregor versus Poirier in January already. It's not an officially signed bout, but it's been said that everybody's agreed to it and they're going through the numbers, right? Justin Gaethje tells Conor McGregor that he should just give up that Poirier fight and fight Justin Gaethje for the title in January. I have an issue with this.
Okay.
When Conor came back, Justin was calling for Conor to fight him. Instead, Conor fought Cowboy. And Justin said Conor's a pussy. He's scared of him. You know what I mean? He went for the easy fight. He didn't go for the dangerous fight. So on and so forth, right? Cool. Whatever. When Gaethje beat Ferguson in May for the interim belt, Conor called out Gaethje. And Gaethje said, fuck off. You're not shit. Like, you know what I mean? You're a pussy. I could have fought you in January. You don't want to fight me, bitch. Shut the fuck up. I'm fighting Khabib. When he loses to Khabib, and now all of a sudden there's another chance at the title because it's going to be a vacant title, he calls out Conor. Like, can you guys just pick a lane here? You guys want to fight each other or not? Like, what's up?
That's how it is, man. We just sleep by each other, man.
It's
just what it is.
But speaking on that Poirier fight, Ally Aquinta says that Poirier has already lost the McGregor rematch. He said Poirier is way too friendly, and he's just basically sucking Conor's dick right now, and that's gonna get him knocked out in the fight. You think so? You think he's being too nice?
No, but I don't know. Conor McGregor is just, you can't take him lightly. You really can't.
No, you can't.
That's why I don't know. I don't think it's being too nice though. But I'd like to see it though. I'd definitely like to see it.
I hope Conor wins, as we all know.
I do too. I'm a Conor fan.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to see him win. But it's just like, if he doesn't win, it's not gonna be like, oh man, you didn't lose to him. That's still a killer.
There's been rumors that McGregor and Poirier are going to fight at 170, but Dana White says it is going to be 155. He said it makes no sense to do it at 170. So that's good. And then Dylan Danis says Khabib retired because he's scared of Conor.
That's no. Like, I hate when people do that. Man.
I do too.
He told you why. You see, it's not like he made up his dad dying. Like, his dad died, bro. Like, his dad died. And you know what I'm saying? He has nothing left to prove. He already beat that man. It's like, oh, you're afraid of this guy you already beat. That shit makes no sense. Like that, like I don't know. I hate people do that shit. Like you want to sell this fight so bad. I understand it. You're trying to get people to watch it. You know it's gonna be a big money fight because we've seen because it's Conor McGregor and anything he does is gonna be a draw. But it's just that's stupid. That shit kind of low key pisses me off, bro. Man, that's stupid. He's afraid of him. Like, I know he's beat him. I know he's got beaten on him already, but he's afraid of him. Like, shut your ass up. This shit pisses me off.
All right. So here's the deal. What if, just hear me out. I know the UFC won't do this because they don't do that shit, but what if they took the top 8 lightweights in the world right now?
Made a tournament.
And did a tournament.
I'm down for it. They need to bring the tournament back. Bring the tournaments back.
Well, they'll never do a one-night tournament for sure.
No.
Because it's just not. They're just too good at this point. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they ain't built like that no more. That was back in the day. That's like the early 2000s, late 90s kind of thing when they used to do stuff like that. They ain't built like that no more.
I think it's just too dangerous at this point. Like, because they're so much better as athletes.
Oh no, for sure. They are better athletes, but they're softer though.
I just think it's a different era. You old heads are being ridiculous. I said you old heads are being ridiculous. So these are the top 8. It's actually the top 7 plus Michael Chandler. But so we got Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Tony Ferguson, Conor McGregor, Dan Hooker, Charles Oliveira, Paul Felder, and Michael Chandler.
No, the wild thing is,
what?
I would have Ferguson winning it all.
You'd have Ferguson winning it. You're fucking crazy. So I went ahead and did a tournament for this. Yeah. Assuming that Dustin versus Conor happens. Okay. So I said in December we'll do Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler. And we do Paul Felder versus Charles Oliveira. And then in January, we do Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor. And we do Tony Ferguson versus Dan Hooker.
Okay.
And then we have the winner of Poirier McGregor face the winner of Ferguson and Hooker. And then the winner of Gaethje Chandler face the winner of Felder and Oliveira. And then that would be in April and March. And then in July for International Fight Week, their biggest pay-per-view of the year, you have the winner, the last 2 men fight for the title.
Yeah, it's not bad.
The only thing is they gotta fight quick to get there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. You got 3 months in between fights.
Yeah,
that'd be the most we see Conor McGregor ever.
Yeah, not once a year like we've been seeing.
Yeah, I mean, he said he wanted to fight 3 times last year or this year, but he couldn't get fights from Dana White. So maybe he.
I think Dana White's trying to protect him.
You think so?
Yeah, he's a draw. You don't want that Ronda Rousey thing again.
I feel you. I think right now he's mad at him.
I don't even think he's mad. I think literally it's because he wants to protect him.
But going back to some news here, we got speaking of Conor calls out Bellator MMA for not having a PED testing system. And Verdum,
I gotta get tested.
Right, Fabricio Verdum replied to him. Oh, let me pull this up.
Fabricio Verdum, that's a name I heard in a minute.
Right? Shoot, where are we at here? Here we go. Conor said, it is crazy to think Bellator MMA still did not have a performance-enhancing drug testing system in place. It is long overdue. Time the promotion adopts a reputable testing body in order to keep its clean athletes safe. Fabricio Verdum says, losers always try to find excuses. Champions work very hard and don't distracted by ants. At Cyborg's Gloves is a living legend. McGregor is Filha de Puta. Also, I checked this out. The thing that he tagged Cyborg at Cyborg's Gloves is a like fan page for Cyborg. It's not even her Twitter that he tagged. But Connor says, actually, wait, aren't you currently banned for steroids right now and got your sentence reduced for ratting on other people and also just recently signed to this promotion I speak of? Whoa, man, fuck you. My lord, what a business this is. Also, I forgot to read a couple things to you from the Conor McGregor Justin Gaethje part and one other thing. So when Justin said that Justin Gaethje said he wanted to fight Conor, told Conor to stop, don't fight Dustin, fight me.
Mm-hmm.
Conor said, Dustin KO'd you, as well as your wrestling / grappling and overall fear of the central positions being truly embarrassing tonight, Justin. He just told that man, like, you're trash. And then also, your favorite fighter of all time, Nathan Diaz, spoke out on this. He said, none of these guys know jiu-jitsu. Poirier, Gaethje, McGregor, I ain't eating this shit up like y'all. Talking about how Khabib had 3 submission finishes.
He's saying he needs to eat it up. That nigga has double-digit losses. He needs to eat it up. I don't like him. Like, I don't at all.
Yeah, so I like Nate Diaz. I like him a lot.
It's like this. I don't like the fact he's a trash talker that can't talk. Come on, motherfucker. You want to fight me, man? Come on, bro. Stop this, bro.
You're nasty.
Shut your bitch ass.
You piss me off.
Good. Nate Diaz soaps.
We got on the 29th, which is Thursday the 29th, we've got Bellator 250, which is going to have a few people on there. We've got Dalton Rosta versus Ty Werder, Adam Borix versus Eric Sanchez, Jared Scoggins versus Toby Misic, Taylor Johnson versus Johnny Eblin, Jake Hager versus Brandon Colton, Cody Law versus Orlando Ortega, Nick Newell versus Zachary Zane. Nick Newell versus Zachary Zane sounds like a bad wrestling. Like,
I was like, Zachary Zane sounds like a terrible man. He sounds like a mid-carder.
Also, Cody Law versus Orlando Ortega does too. Cody Law is a cowboy, and Orlando Ortega is like a, I don't even know. He's probably like
a shot black dude.
You said what?
Like a hot shot, like black dude.
Yeah, I was thinking he's Hispanic, but yeah, that.
Well, I say Hispanic. Ortega. Then
yeah. Then we got Bobby Volker versus Saba Humasi. We got Veda. This is the main card now. Veda Arteaga versus Desiree Yanes. Or Desiree Yanez. I don't know how to say it. I don't know. Henry Corrales. I've not known. I know Nick Newell and Jake Hager.
I know. Well, Jake Hager, but that's it.
We got Henry Corrales versus Brandon Gertz. And then finally, 2 names I know in the same fight. Gegard Mousasi versus Douglas Lima.
I don't know Lima, but I know Mousasi.
Douglas Lima is their middleweight champion now. Yeah. So, but Chris Cyborg wants UFC versus a Bellator card. Would you even be interested in that?
Who's Bellator have?
A bunch of either up and coming people or
old UFC
down and leaving people.
They throw the old UFC fighters in there.
That's what I'm saying. That's the down and leaving.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying like it'll be just them on the card, like.
Yeah, exactly, because that's their biggest stars.
And they would get killed.
I mean, you have Douglas Lima and Gegard Mousasi, and like that's fine. But like You'd have to have Ryan Bader versus Jan Block. Ryan Bader would beat Jan.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't think at this point in his career he would, but
I think he would. He was just a double champion, like not like just 2 months ago. I was believing the hype that Ryan Bader should get out of his contract and try to go back to the UFC and fight John Jones in a rematch.
John Jones will beat that man senseless.
I don't even think he beat him senseless in their first fight.
He would beat that man senseless. If he had a rematch, you know how he does in rematches.
It's been too long, though. It's been too long.
Not really. It'd just be worse.
So shout out to Bellator for that. Not shout out to Cyborg for the UFC versus Bellator card because
that's true.
She just wants to fight Amanda Nunes again, but she had the chance and then chose not to do it.
You know how bad that fight was? When that fight happened, I had the whole fight on my. I was sending it to people on Messenger. I remember be like, "Hey, if y'all want to watch the fight, I'll send it to you on Messenger," and I just was sending it to everybody. The fight was like a minute 40.
Yeah, it was not even that. I don't think.
Yeah, whatever it was a ridiculous amount of time, and I just literally was just sending it to everybody that wanted to see the fight for free. Because I had downloaded that whole thing. It was ridiculous.
DC gave his top 5 list this week.
To DC did?
Mm-hmm.
Where he put himself in that list.
You want 5 through 1 or 1 through 5?
You know, always do 5 through 1.
Amanda Nunes. 4 is Daniel Cormier and Henry Cejudo tied. 3 is Demetrius Johnson. 2 is George St. Pierre. 1 is Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Of course, John Jones was in that.
He's specified it by saying John Jones can't be on there. Anderson Silva can't be on there. And there was a couple other. I think he said his list. Because he said this is his non-PED list. But if he had to make a PED list, it would be Khabib, Jones, GSP, Nunes, and I think he said Fedor. No, Anderson, then Fedor.
Fedor?
Yeah.
Ugh. At number 1? DC need to get tested too again.
No. That was 1 to 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say
Fedor was 5.
Yeah. They get tripping.
That was 5.
Yeah. Yeah. In what world is Fedor anybody's greatest fighter?
He used to be.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
He wasn't even that to me then when he was.
Me either. We already talked about it, but Brock Lesnar was added to the UFC 4 roster, so go download him, guys.
I just did.
Is he DLC, or are they just giving to him for free?
He's I don't know. I know when I just downloaded, he was free on mine, but but then again, I'll be buying the most expensive version of each game. So
okay, we'll check it out, guys, and let us know in the comment section. Francis Ngannou is frustrated with Stipe Miocic. I got to pull up these tweets. These tweets are hilarious. I'm serious, man. He's fun.
Quit my day job, poverty just ain't me.
He said 2 title fights in the UFC heavyweight division for the past 2 years, and yet we don't know if there will be another one anytime soon. Contenders have to fight for something. This is sucks. Apparently, is Stipe out until March. If I have to wait until then, it'll be almost another year between fights. I fought for 20 seconds in the last 18 months. This is sucks.
This is sucks.
I love that.
I thought that was.
You said what?
He was just typing fast. That's what that was.
Yeah, I guess so. Except he capitalized all 3 words.
Ah, dang it.
I
gave you credit.
Yeah. Anderson Silva says that Uriah Hall fight this weekend is his final fight for UFC.
Anderson Silva said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to go ahead and retire. He should have been retired.
I don't think he's retiring, though.
He needs to fight.
I think
His
everybody. I
legacy
thought he was
is
retiring until I actually heard what he actually said. He said it's his final fight for the UFC
oh, he'll go to Bellator.
or one. I think he should go to Bellator because I think he'd have a better chance than Bellator. But I don't know, man. We're gonna find out. That'd be wild to see him anywhere but UFC. Have him come back out in the yellow trunks
Yeah.
like how he used to. Ooh, that'd be ooh.
That's rough.
And then we've got our final topic for MMA. We've got a little hate triangle going. I guess not a love triangle, a hate triangle between Khamzat Chimaev, Neil Magny, and Leon Edwards. So Neil Magny was trying to fight Stephen Thompson or Michael Chiesa. They weren't trying to fight him. So he called out Khamzat. He said, look, it is what it is. Let's fucking fight. Like, I'm sick of waiting on the fight. Let's go. Khamzat said, I'm always ready, brother. He said, December 19, let's rock and roll, baby, with a smiley face. Like an old school colon parentheses smiley face.
Ew, you got emojis now. Don't do that.
This man said.
Dude, that's nasty.
But then Leon Edwards was removed from the rankings, the official UFC rankings.
Why?
Because he's turned down 4 fights since July.
I didn't know you can do that. I didn't know you can take down somebody's ranking because they.
Oh, the rankings aren't real. Conor McGregor's been ranked for fucking 12 years and he's only fought for, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no,
that's
why I said he should have been in the top 15, like I said earlier.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The rankings aren't real.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. But like Chael Sonnen says, the rankings have never mattered. The only time the rankings matter is when you tell people that they matter. That's it. But so they took him off the rankings because he turned down a fight against Kamaru Usman in July. He then was supposed to fight Colby Covington and turned that fight down. Was supposed to fight Jeff Neal and turned that fight down because he was ranked underneath him. And then was asked to fight Khamzat Chimaev and turned that down. And then when he got removed from the rankings, he then called out Khamzat, and Khamzat said, "Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go." You know, Khamzat he's wanting to fight every goddamn person on the planet right now. He'll fight Brock Lesnar today if you tell him to.
That's wild.
He's crazy. Like he just wants to fight. Like
this is wild that he really was like, nah, I don't want to fight you right now. And he's like, you're dropping down the rank. Okay, I want to fight you right now.
Yeah. And so they signed that the bout sign is official that they will main event a fight night on December 19th. So Khamzat Chimaev, who is unranked, only has 9 professional fights, is going up against the number 3. Oh yeah, he got returned to the rankings too.
Yeah, after accepting it.
Yeah. The number 3 welterweight in the UFC after 9 fights. But here's the thing. If he beats Leon Edwards, the only person he can fight after that is Kamaru Usman.
Ain't no running from that.
Right. Like you gotta fight him. That's it. So Khamzat Chimaev is about to be fighting for a title at 10-0. If he beats Leon Edwards.
I want to see it.
I do too. I just want, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of want to see him go in there and just dominate both Leon Edwards and fucking Kamaru Usman. Why not?
You think it's gonna happen?
No, but I mean, but I also didn't think he was gonna knock out Gerald Meerschaert with one punch.
So you can lay about one punch.
One punch. Literally, it was just a straight. He said, out cold.
No, I did see that. I said it back. I did see that.
And I was like,
I do remember that because I was sitting like, what? I was like, what? But yeah, I do remember that. I do remember seeing that.
In his last 3 fights, he's landed like 160 punches to their 2. 3 people. 2 punches landed. What?
One of them didn't land shit.
And neither did Meerschaert. Like he's just they're I don't know, man. But you know what, guys? If you're tired of sitting on the chairs from your kitchen table when you're trying to game,
That's me.
yeah, right. Like me too. So go ahead and go to triumphchairs.com. Use the promo code T13 when you check out, and you'll get 10% off your order. That is triumphchairs.com with the promo code T13. The letter T, the number 1, and the word 3 spelt out. These are Cadillac luxurious gaming chairs, top of the line, best you can get. Go get you some. Tell them Travis sent you. Also,
I had to check my fault. I had to check the rankings real quick on here. I mean, we talking about that Brock Lesnar download.
Oh yeah,
He's considered one of the top fighters in this game.
that's crazy.
I've never seen downloadable content where they just come in cold like this. Yeah, he's cold. They got him 4 stars.
That's crazy. So we're getting into pro wrestling. We got the first story of the day is that Ken Shamrock was inducted into the Impact Hall of Fame, and he was inducted by The Rock.
I like it.
The Rock was on Impact TV.
I was say I like it.
That's crazy. Like, huge win for Impact. Good for Impact.
Impact guys have been trash for the past 3 years now.
Yeah, it's been longer than that, bud.
Nah, they were good. There's a point where I will say
not for a long time though. It's been a long time since they've been
there's
good.
a point where TNA was better than WWE. There was a point. There was a point. There was a point where I was looking forward to TNA than I was WWE. We're on that main event mafia portion.
That was like fucking 2008, bud.
Was it? I thought it was later than that.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the Aces and Eights era was like 2011.
I didn't like that.
I'm just saying that's how far back that was.
I thought it was
thing. Well, no, I guess the Broken Universe was a bigger thing, but so Bound for Glory 2020 results. We had the Deaners, Cody Deaner and Cousin Jake defeated the Rascals, Dez and Wentz in a tag team match. That's nasty. Everything about that's nasty. Yeah, everything. 6-way intergender scramble match for the Impact X Division Championship was won by Raju.
Yeah.
And he defeated Chris Bay, Jordan Grace, TJP, Trey, and Willie Mack. 20 wrestler intergender call your shot gauntlet match where the winner could choose any championship match of their choice. Since Rhino won by last eliminating Sami Callihan, and since he won, Heath also won a full-time contract on Impact or with Impact Wrestling. Had neither Heath nor Rhino won, Rhino would be fired. Also, Heath is Heath Slater, by the way. He got injured and had to spend some time in the hospital. Moose defeated EC3.
Yeah.
Ken Shamrock with Sami Callihan in his corner defeated Eddie Edwards by submission. The North, Ethan Page and Josh Alexander defeated the Motor City Machine Guns, the Good Brothers, and Ace Austin and Madman Fulton in a 4-way tag team match for the Impact World Tag Team Championships.
The last 2 wins are both yucky.
The what?
The last 2 wins you just said?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yuck for both of them.
Su Yung defeated Deonna Purrazzo for the Knockouts Championship.
Yuck. I don't like Su Yung either.
Well, Rich Swann defeated Eric Young for the Impact World Championship, so husband and wife winning. Now they just need to fight each other. Rich Swann's wife is Su Yung. That's who he beat up.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah. That's what I said. Now they just got to fight each other in the ring instead of at home. But
Oh, so I was like, that's awful.
So Daniel Bryan says this is his last run as a full-time performer. I think he's earned that. I think he's earned the right to do his own thing.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either. That man was very injury prone in his prime of his career.
Yeah.
So it sucked that he had to go out like that. But hey, I mean, you got to call it quits someday. You got to know when to call it quits too. That's a good thing.
Exactly. Also, he has a family now, and like, there's a lot going on in his life. When Charlotte comes back, would you be down for her to be in a tag team with Natalya?
You mean wrestle like just going for the tag team titles?
Yeah.
No.
It's one of the only titles that Charlotte's never won.
Oh,
It's the only title she's never won.
I thought she did win one. Okay.
No.
Well, yeah, if you do that, yeah, go ahead. Go.
Because like Natalya is, it makes sense for her because they're both really technical wrestlers that can do basically anything. They both have the family legacy. They have, you know what I mean? Like it all just plays out well. But that would also make Natalya a Grand Slam champion as well.
Nothing wrong with that.
I agree. I think right now the only Grand Slam champions are Sasha and Becky, or Sasha and Bayley. I mean, so, and then finally, Hell in a Cell 2020 happened. Let's go over these results right quick. I didn't get to watch this. I don't. Did you get to watch it?
No, I started it and then I fell asleep. I started at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, so that was my fault.
Oh, yeah.
I go to bed. You know, I go to bed late, so I started late and then fell asleep like midway through it. So I still got to finish it.
I feel you. I heard that the Roman Reigns match versus Jey Uso was one of the best Hell in a Cell matches ever, according to D-Money Allen.
Yeah, I heard that too. I heard nothing but good things about that match. So,
and I heard Sasha versus Bayley was also like top notch.
Yeah.
So we got R-Truth. He defeated Drew Gulak for this in a singles match for the WWE 24/7 Championship. Then we had Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman defeated Jey Uso. Since Jey quit, he and his brother Jimmy Uso have to take orders and acknowledge Reigns as the tribal chief, or the Usos and their immediate families will be exiled from the Anoa'i family. Bruh. That's a hell of a stipulation. Like, what?
Put him in a tribal chief call today.
Also, well, they also got to take orders from him. But when the match ended, the Wild Samoans came out and stood with Roman Reigns as he lifted the title high, like to show they back him instead of the Usos.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that picture.
Yeah, that's wild.
See the whole video. I just saw that picture and he's standing there looking wild.
Elias defeated Jeff Hardy by disqualification in a singles match. The Miz with John Morrison defeated Otis with Tucker for the Money in the Bank contract.
That's stupid.
Why?
Okay, here's why I said that's stupid. Okay, now Otis being Money in the Bank Money in the Bank winner is already stupid to me. Okay, but Miz has already he's won the world title a couple times.
Once.
I thought he won it twice. Okay, well he's won it twice. Well, he's won it. Is what I'm saying. He's won it before. If anything, let Morrison get the shot. Or
Morrison is the Jannetty.
You said what?
Morrison is the Jannetty.
Morrison's better than Miz, honestly. But
you're fucking fried.
Morrison's better than him. But because the Miz is just a rip off Johnny Cage, if we want to be real. But
what?
He's just a rip off Johnny Cage. I said it. I said it here. I said it here on this show right here.
Oh, hold up. You know what I thought you were? I thought you said I was thinking Brian Cage.
No.
Johnny the wrestler Cage. Brian Cage from I know that now, and that's fine. I don't fucking care about that. But everything is a rip off of something. But when the Brian Cage and Miz thing in my mind was like, you're lost your mind. What are you talking about?
No, Johnny Cage. But no, I just feel like with the Money in the Bank, you shouldn't just be able to lose your Money in the Bank thing anyway. That's yours. Like, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be able to put that up for, you know what I'm saying, as a stipulation. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be able to put that up as a stipulation for a match. Just be like, nah. Like, nah, it's going to be it. We're going to fight. And like I said, because I feel like the Otis run was stupid then. There was no point.
There wasn't a point.
That's what I'm saying. That's stupid.
The
Why
point
did they do
was that they were hoping to have fans back by now. Because when there was fans, Otis was super over and he was getting big pops and crazy. But now that there's not fans, he's just kind of meh. I've said it a million times. Otis is just a blown up Scotty 2 Hotty.
He had this. I was saying he had the same move and everything.
Yeah, like Heavy Machinery is just too cool, but bigger.
He's just Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hotty mixed.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and then Tucker turned on Otis, making him lose the title. By the way,
so they're gonna have a rivalry now or something.
Yeah, I think so. So we got Sasha Banks beat Bayley by submission inside Hell in a Cell for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Bobby Lashley defeated Slapjack by submission for the WWE United States Championship, and then Randy Orton defeated Drew McIntyre inside the Hell in a Cell for the WWE Championship.
Isn't Slapjack your D&D character? Oh, I knew something like that. Slapjack has a question.
Broomstick's famous.
Slapjack has a question.
All right, guys. I'd love to stay and kick it with you guys, but we got other shows to do. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for tuning in. Catch us next time at the same bat time, same bat channel. In the meantime, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and then check out the rest of our shows and follow us on social media, all of which can be found at www.t13media.com. I was going to make you big. There you go.